Robert Timothy Ziemer was born in 1946 in Sioux City, Iowa, to Reverend Robert and Marie Ziemer. The second of three children, Tim was still an infant when his family entered missionary service in the central highlands of French Indochina, a region now known as Vietnam. As a young boy, Tim made friends with French and American soldiers, played in tunnels dug by the Japanese during World War II, and taught his mission school classmates how to walk on stilts. One classmate who lived next door to the Ziemers remembers Tim as a natural leader, good-looking, athletic, smart, and kind. She also remembers that all the girls liked him, though he only had eyes for Jody. Jody Evans was the daughter of missionaries who lived in a nearby village. She would later marry Tim, and together they would raise three children. After finishing his freshman year at Nyack Missionary College, Tim transferred to Wheaton. On the residence hall registration card he received when arriving, Tim wrote the words, "Not sure," in the blank-marked tentative life work. At Wheaton, he majored in history and ran track and field, and for 2 years, Tim was one of several athletes who lived on the second floor of the home of his track coach, Don Church. In February of his senior year, life took a turn for Tim. Back home at the height of the Tet Offensive, the North Vietnamese had overrun the village where Tim's parents worked. The villagers from Bon Mae Thuot had fled to the mission compound, which in turn was attacked. Tim's father was killed, and his mother seriously injured while evacuating the wounded. Chaplain Evan Welsh delivered the news to Tim.
After he broke the news, I asked to be alone, and I remember distinctly spending several hours walking around the campus on a night like tonight, snow-swept, cold, wintry night, trying to reconcile my personal faith in God's sovereignty. I remember walking by the Wheaton sign by Blanchard Hall, and the words, "For Christ and His kingdom," seemed to be blinking at me. That night I came to the conclusion that while I was going to be unable to answer the why question, that I needed to embrace what I had been taught, because that's all I had.
Tim's plan for life after college was to enter international service. This plan took unexpected shape in the spring of Tim's senior year, when he received a draft notice from the U.S. military calling him back to his home country, Vietnam. Tim entered the Navy, flying 550 combat helicopter missions in support of the swift boats that patrolled rivers in the Mekong Delta. For his valor, Tim earned the Vietnamese Gallantry Cross with a Bronze Star. A 31-year career in the Navy followed, including several command positions, and promotion in 1996 to Rear Admiral and Commander of the Navy's Mid-Atlantic region. Tim's experience in the military straddled two worlds, one that was technical and strategic, another that was confronted daily with the worst of human suffering. This combination prepared Tim for the opportunity he received just months after retiring from the Navy with the Christian humanitarian organization, World Relief. For 5.5 years, Tim served as Chief Operating Officer and Executive Director of this organization that works with the local church to transform the social, economic, and spiritual systems of the world's most vulnerable people. After 5 years at World Relief, Tim received another unexpected and unsolicited call, this time from then-President George W. Bush, asking him to serve as the U.S. Global Malaria Coordinator, a position that has spanned 2 presidential administrations and that Tim still holds today. Since Tim assumed leadership of the President's Malaria Initiative in 2006, malaria mortality in children under 5 has decreased by 58%. A colleague is quoted in the New York Times as saying, "All the organizations fighting malaria work together more closely than they did 8 years ago, and I think that's due in no small part to Tim and his personality. He's not seeking individual credit, and he works for the team." Of his own work, Tim says this,
There comes a time when human interventions are no longer of much earthly help, and when that moment comes, it makes all the difference in the world to be with a person of faith who truly understands that death is not the end, that God can bring good out of suffering, that prayers for comfort and a good homecoming can be serenely natural.
For his unwavering dedication to the world's most vulnerable and his Christ-like witness through quiet, effective leadership, the Wheaton College Alumni Association is pleased to honor Rear Admiral Timothy Ziemer, class of 1968, as the 2015 Alumnus of the Year for distinguished service to society.